Welcome to the world of the Instant Pot and how to use one. Hey there, so in our last video, we talked about using the Instant Pot, not just to make a recipe, but to be able to prep out food to help you save time for future recipes, for future crazy nights. So today, that's what we're gonna do as well, only this time, we're gonna use dried beans. So let's get started. So typically whenever you're going to make a recipe and if you want to use dried beans, you have to soak them overnight. I don't know about you, I have never in my life ever remembered to soak beans overnight and end up just using the canned beans. If you're trying to watch sodium, canned beans have more sodium in them than you realize, and this makes this so easy. So here's what we're gonna do. Typical just dried beans, right? Now, in almost everything we've shown you, we've put this trivet in the bottom, but not with this. So you don't need this. You do still need to make sure that your ring is in the lid, that this, you've cleaned everything. We're gonna soak the beans in the Instant Pot. It's gonna take 4 minutes, and that is building up to pressure, being at pressure for 4 minutes, and then we're gonna let it sit until the timer says 10 minutes on warm. Okay, so here we go. Now, they say for every cup of dried beans, you need 4 cups of water. There's about 2 cups. You don't need to be scientific, you just have to make sure you have enough water to do the job. Now, as I'm doing this, you're not gonna drink this water. You're not gonna use this water in a recipe. This is simply to soak the beans, to get them to a point where you can cook them in a recipe. They're not fully cooked, okay, at this point. So don't worry about like, oh, the water is gross when you soak beans and it's just gonna be really, really yicky. Well, it is, but you're gonna throw that out. Okay, there we go. It wasn't scientific. I kind of counted, I kind of didn't. I also know where it needs to be in my pan. Once you do this a couple of times, you'll get to know that. So again, these are not to be cooked. These are just to get them ready to be able to go into a recipe, and you save sodium and you've saved money. That was a bonus. Okay, make sure it's on seal, and you want to come down here to where it says manual. Now, if you got a new Instant Pot for Christmas, it says this button is in a different place. But look in your book, it's still the same thing. It's just a different location. So I'm going to hit manual, and I am going to go down. Hang on, I'm gonna medium pressure, and I need 4 minutes. So once again, it's gonna take that information, we have it sealed. When it flashes on and makes a tone, it's now gonna start coming to pressure. This is gonna take longer than 4 minutes because the colder the items are that you put in the pressure cooker, the longer it takes to come to pressure. Okay, so some people get very frustrated and they think, oh, this is taking forever. It's still gonna save you as opposed to soaking your beans overnight. So we'll wait and we'll watch. I think it took maybe about 10 minutes to get to pressure, maybe. And then it was at pressure for 4 minutes. This is still pressurized, you can't open it. So we're gonna do a quick release. These are my tools today because I forgot my wooden spoon, because you never, ever, ever touch that when it comes to pressure. So here we go. So the reason that it took a long time for this is that if you remember, for every cup of beans, there were 4 cups of water. So there was 8 cups of water in here, and actually maybe even a little bit more. So when you have that much and the dish didn't soak it all in, because we're just soaking the beans, it's gonna take a while. So we're gonna turn this off. It's already, they still need to be cooked, but I want you guys to be able to see what these look like. You're like, oh my gosh, these are horrible. You can't just eat them. No, you would still need to, like if you're going to do rice and beans, you would be able to, if it called for soaked beans, you'd be able to put those in the recipe and cook them a little longer and they'd be fine. The same with chili. So you would drain these. I like to rinse them. I drain them and then I rinse them, and then I can put them in the recipe. Some recipes, like if you use lentils or black-eyed peas, they say to keep the broth. I can't do that. Like the water, if you want to, that's cool. That's up to you, but no. I tried it and just couldn't do it. So again, instead of overnight, even though it took a while to come to pressure, I now have soaked beans that I can put in my chili in red beans and rice. I've significantly cut back on the soda. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Just a couple of things I want to mention. Number one, I am not an Instant Pot expert. As long as you are smart about how you use it, because, you know, it's cooking something, there's heat, you could get burned. You just be careful with it, then have fun. So I can only share with you what I know, and that's what I want to do with these. And if you have tips and tricks, I would love to hear them. So thanks again for watching. I hope you have a great day. And if you haven't yet, please make sure you subscribe to the Wolf YouTube channel. You're right here. You can do it really easy. And we say thank you.